In this video, I'm going to be going over how I built an AI agent in 10 minutes that completely automates my business. Now, unlike you're probably thinking, this is not complex at all. This takes zero coding. You only need to have limited technical experience to make all of this run efficiently. And it's so easy that even your grandma can do this. And this is not an exaggeration. So with that being said, make sure to stick right until the end of the video, as I have a special surprise only for people who stay right until the very end. And with all of that, let's jump right into the video. So how I built this, and I'm going to reference my own business. Now, if you're not new to my channel, you'll see how I create these for other business owners, specifically in niche industries, but I'm actually going to be going over my own business today and how I utilize AI and the AI that I talk about to actually help my business. So it comes down to four main areas that I do. Number one is how I get new leads. Now, this is paramount in any business, as you know. Obviously, if you don't have customers, you can't run. And what I like to do is I call it the clone method. Now, this is a Liam special, but I'll show you how to go through that and how that works. Number two is how this AI agent nurtures and makes sure that the leads that I'm getting actually book a call. Number three is for me to close the leads and the calls and the systems I have behind that to optimize. And then number four, how all the data is tracked automatically and seamlessly. So we'll go through all of those step by step. So number one is how I get new leads. And again, we're going to go through the clone method. So the objective here is to basically replicate myself to create ads that I'm going to run on Facebook. Now, I talk about ARCADS AI and Zeely AI a lot in my videos, but I'm actually going to be touching a new software today, which is HeyGen. So what HeyGen is it's very similar to ARCADS, where you create AI UCG content, but through here you can actually clone yourself. Now, you can do this, or you can do any of the avatars they have. They have more than ARCADS. They have UCG, lifestyle, professional, AI generated, if that's an area that you want to go. But for me, I want to do myself, because at the end of the day, I want people to look at the ads and look at me and instantly think of the AI expert that I myself am, and I will build authority. So that's why I like to do that. And through here, you can see I made a lot of different styles, a lot of different templates. I was testing around stuff to see what works. And basically from here, all you can do is just create, you can do this in a 9x16 or more of a portrait style on Facebook. Then all you can do is just type your script here, whatever you want it to say. Hi, my name is Liam, right? And then if you play that, you'll see that it sounds the same.
Hi, my name is Liam. Hi, my name is Liam.
So I'm using a voice that I use for the video. What you're gonna wanna do for this to have the best results possible is actually go through 11 Lab and clone your voice. That's actually what I did right here. But I can go over that in another video just for simplicity. That's kind of how you're gonna do it. That's the idea. So referencing back to here, to actually get the scripts, I do it through two ways. I actually do it through a hybrid of two ways, but this is how you can do it. So number one is to generate the scripts for the ads in ChatGPT. Now, again, if you're not new to my channel, you'll know that I give you those scripts and those templates for this video's sakes, just since we're just talking about it and how I do it myself. What I do is I go onto Facebook Ads Library. Now, what Facebook Ads Library is it lets you find all the people that are running ads on Facebook, and you can see those ads. Now, what I do and what I'm gonna do, right? Let's say just AI agency. Now we're gonna find someone. Maybe this guy's running ads. He's not running ads, but basically I'm gonna do market research, and I'm gonna find people, and I'm gonna find pages that are running similar ads to what I'm selling. And then I'm gonna take those scripts and I'll see which ones are performing the longest. That's a telltale sign that their ads are performing and working. I'm gonna take those scripts and I'm gonna change it around for myself and for my business. Then I'm just gonna put that into HeyGen right here, and I'm gonna generate those videos. And as soon as I do that, I'm just gonna edit those videos that I get with B-roll and transitions in CapCut, just to make it look more smooth and make it more engaging and enticing on Facebook. And then from there, they're ready to go and post. And that's how I solve the lead gen, and that's how I create opportunities for myself to get new leads, all with AI, through the clone method, as I should say. So that's how that works. Now, number two is how the AI nurtures and to make sure that the leads actually book a call. So the objective here is to automate the whole sales process. So we got the leads, then we got to automate A to Z in between, right? We got to build that whole entire bridge. So how this comes down to is appointment setting, follow-ups, and reminders. So it branches off into two things here, which is the text and email side of this and the AI calling side of this. Now I'll explain both and why I actually utilize both and in what ways. But first, we're going to look at the text and email side of this. So how I do this and how I create this is I'm going to use Go High Level. Again, if you're not new to my channel, you know how much I talk about it. It's basically just the house that holds all of the systems together. And basically, what you're going to want to do in Go High Level is just create email and texting workflows. Now, I'll show you how to create this, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty user-friendly to create this. And you're just going to want to create this for appointment reminders, follow-ups, reactivation. That's more of an advanced thing that we can delve into, but we're going to go over reminders and follow-ups. So basically what we do is you're going to want to go into automation, create a workflow. I'll create one new for this. And you're going to want to set the trigger as booked call. So customer booked appointment. Now you can reference your calendar here. If you add filters, select in calendar, whatever, you can go from there. Anyways, after this, you're just going to want to go through the workflow and create one that simulates the best response that you would yourself or your receptionist would. So for example, if you create a wait block, let's say you wait 1 minute after they book an appointment, and then you'll send them an SMS. And let's say you want to say, hey, thanks for the interest. Here's the pre-call video, right? Something very similar to this. I'm just doing this fast, don't mind my spelling. And then you're gonna wanna create an email, right? Because you want both of those sources to, give the most contact possible. And then from here, the from name and the from email, you can go through that and play around with that. But basically, that's just what you're gonna wanna do. I can actually show you my workflow that I have, that I actually use, but that's basically how you're gonna create this. It's pretty simple, right? It's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, again, very self-explanatory. You go from there. And that's how the email and the messages are going to happen. Now, for the AI caller, and this is an important part, right? And what we're going to do is go through SynFlow, and I'll show you how to create this. And we're just going to create an AI receptionist to call the lead. Now, you may be asking, why don't you just email and text, right? And this is for two main reasons. That is a good concern and a good question, but it's for two main reasons. One is that this AI caller that sounds exactly like a human, it'll give it that personalized touch, right? Not only will it seem like a person is really interacting with you and us taking time out of our day and our system and our schedule to actually call you and acknowledge you for opting into the ad, it will also, a phone number and a call is way more intimate, right? It's not just a text, you're not just reading words on a screen. It has that personalized touch. And two, is speed to lead. Now, they're way more likely to answer a phone call than necessarily look at an email. Now, to maximize the speed to lead, and this is a statistic that I like to bring up whenever I'm explaining these systems and why these are so effective, but this is a study from MIT Business. And basically, if you contact the leads within the first minute after they opt in from whatever it is, let's say it's an ad, let's say they filled out a form on your website, if you contact them within the first 60 seconds, you have a 391% chance more likely to convert this lead. And even if you wait 1 minute more, you see that slashes in half, right? So being able to utilize something that gives it that intimate touch in under 30 seconds is game changing, right? Even a full team of appointment setters, if you have 10, there's going to be chances that they're not going to be able to respond in those 60 seconds. And this AI caller does it all 24/7, all automatically, as many phone numbers as you need it to do. And that's why it's so effective. And so from here, we're going to get the AI caller to ask qualifying questions and to set expectations. So what this means is basically when they opt into the ad, I like to do it 10 seconds before, right? Not immediately, otherwise it will seem like something's up and they will get sketched out. I like to test anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. And after that, you're just going to get the AI caller, you're going to program it to ask the qualifying questions and to set the expectations. So within that, you're going to double screen the lead. And again, you're going to give it that personal touch. Now, two other ways that I like to use the AI caller, because you want to utilize this in areas where the more intimate it is, the more likely that they are to respond and the more likely that they are to put value on the call. So the second thing I like to do is the night before the call, if the call is before 12 p.m. So if the call is in the morning, I like to call them the night before, somewhere around 6, 7 o'clock, nothing too late, nothing too early. And if the call is after the morning, right? So if the call is after 12 p.m., you're just going to call them in the morning. I like to call them at 9 or 10 a.m., depending on when the call is. And then from there, also 10 minutes before the call. Now, there's a star right here because one thing that I like to do, and I'll talk about this a little bit later on, if you're ready and if you're free for the call, I recommend you call them yourself just so that the person on the call they're speaking to already, and when they're on the call, they already have that built trust. But you can get the AI caller to send that out as well if you're busy, if you don't have that set up. But basically, that's when we want the AI caller to call. Now, to set this up, I actually have a video, a 30-minute in-depth video on how to set up SynFlow with Go High Level. You can check it out. I'll link it in the description of this video here. But it's pretty simple, and I'm not going to go into it in depth here. But basically, that's how we're going to make sure that they're nurtured and that they book. And now from here, we're going to look at closing the leads and the calls. So our objective here is just to receive the lead warm and then in the end, close them. So what I like to do for this to further automate all the processes that I don't have to do myself, that I don't have to spend any energy on, I set up a Zapier webhook to send a call reminder. And I'm not going to do this just through my email or my message, but I'm going to do this with whatever messaging app that me and my team use. So let's say you're using Slack, Discord, or WhatsApp. I like to use Discord, and that's where me and my team host everything on. And you can't do that directly through Go High Level. And the Zapier is basically the glue between the two that you can use to create those automations. And so I create a Zapier webhook and a workflow to do that. Then it'll send me or my team a message right in Discord that notifies us when that call is happening. And then from there, the only manual output is you showing up to the call and closing it. Now, as I talked about before, little trick, whoever's taking the call the lead 10 minutes before, right? If you're not taking the call, you shouldn't. It should be the person that's taking the call to, again, build that trust. Now, it comes down to two things from here. One is if you close the deal, and then two is if you don't close the deal. Now, there's going to be deals that you don't close. It's just how business is. Nobody has a 100% close rate. And what you're going to want to do from here and how these are quantified and how we can utilize the AI systems behind each to, again, optimize and automate to our highest capacity is after the deal is closed, we're going to collect the information that we need to deliver through an automated onboarding form. So we have a template in Go High Level. I can actually show you guys this. It's a template within Go High Level that we're going to send that is going to have all the questions automatically filled out for them. So we'll show you here and what that actually looks like. So it'll look something like this, right? You get a welcome video, info survey, and this is the info survey that we're going to use. And these are the questions within that we can just basically copy and paste and give and have them to give us their information all in the snap of a finger. So as you can see, right? First name, last name, blah, blah, blah. You kind of get the point. But within that, everything's automated, right? You don't have to do anything. And then furthermore, you can create a workflow that saves all of the other workflows that you have and basically keeps them clean of any debris, right? So remove from all workflows, add, tag, close lead so that you know to quantify it. And that's how that's going to work, right? It's pretty self-explanatory from there. Now, if they don't have if it's not a closed deal, it'll be a little bit different, but the same idea, right? We're going to want to keep it as automated and as simple as possible moving forward. So you're just going to move to the correct tag in the workflow. So this will be under opportunities. I can show you in my Go High Level if it loads. Sometimes it doesn't load opportunities. It's going to today, which is good. But basically every new lead that you get, it'll be new booked appointment. And now whenever you get that opportunity block, you can just move it to wherever you want it to move to. Now, you can create workflows that if, let's say, the show up in the pipeline is a no-show, then you can get, let's say, a reminder email, and you can set that up automatically. So that's how that works. And again, just makes it as simple as automated as possible for you. Now, from there, that ties into how we track all the data. So this is already tracking the data on the Go High Level side. But basically, we want to get more automated data on what happened. Because at the end of the day, we want to optimize in every way that we can. Now, Go High Level is just one way to do that. But another way that I like to do it is to use Fathom. Now, I've talked about Fathom before on my channel, but basically, it's just an AI that you can invite to your call that makes notes for you and analyzes it with AI to give you all of those sweet points. So once you have this on your call, you're going to copy those notes that they give you, right? It's all transcribed for you, very easy to use. Then you're just going to put it into ChatGPT and basically ask it something like, let's say that this is your script. And then say, hey, please optimize and improve based on this. Where did I go wrong? What do I need to improve? Very, very simple, something like that. Again, don't mind my spelling going very, very fast, but something as simple as that, right? And then just from that, right, you can go more in depth. You'll get so much more information that maybe you're going to overlook, that maybe your team member is going to look. At the end of the day, AI isn't biased. It's going to tell you all of that. And in turn, if you internalize and actually fix the output that ChatGPT gives you, you're going to make more money, right? It's not just going to be this, but it's going to be this, then this, then this, then this. All because of AI, all because you were smart and utilized AI. And so really, that is the full breakdown on how I built a full AI agent that completely automates my business, right? Not just for other businesses, but me, myself. So now, you have all of the steps to build one for yourself and for your business. As you can see, this isn't just automated for me. This can be automated for any business. It doesn't matter if you're an HVAC, if you're a coach, whatever, it can be automated. And in turn, you can turn your business with this, without AI, to this, with AI. And that isn't an exaggeration. You see the system for yourself. And so now, as the opportunity that I talked about, the secret gift, if you're interested in implementing this for yourself, right? If you're serious, if you're not just watching these videos because you think AI is cool, if you want to take action, you can book a free implementation call with me and my team where we go in depth, step by step, in how we can implement this personalized and unique specifically for your business ASAP. And so you can click the first link below in the description of this video. And with that, you have everything to gain, right? Even if you just walk away with the loads of free value, the loads of specialized free value that me and my team are going to give you afterwards, you have nothing to lose. Potential life-changing value for a free call. I think it's a no-brainer. But with that being said, we hope to see you on the call. And you can click the first link below, schedule that call with us. And we hope that you and your business, doesn't matter what, crushes it in 2025 with AI.